What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel. If you guys are new, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about another Dark Aether Reaper origin trait weapon with the Vantage point, which is an adaptive frame arc AR, or I should say pulse rifle. I don't know why I keep getting that confused in my brain, but this thing is eaten in the Crucible, has some pretty cool perks in PvE as well. So we're going to cover that origin trait first off right here with final blows with the weapon periodically spawn those ether charges when you can detonate them by coming into contact or by firing your weapon. Refills the weapon from the reserves when you detonate those charges, so pretty solid for PvE for sure. Has its place in PvP, but not as easy to get procced as definitely it is inside of PvE. So first off, we're gonna go with small bore for this. The bad boy giving it a good little 69 in recoil direction, pretty juicy stats inside of stability and range, as well as I went with a range masterwork because its reload is also pretty solid at about 60 already with how we have it built out. Now, two options for magazines. This is helping us with that reload. +3 to magazine, +5 to stability, +10 to a reload tactical mag would be my number one for my 5 out of 5 god roll. Your other option is the appended mag, so we get one more burst basically inside of there because it's +6 to the magazine, so 3 extra bullets than tactical, but we lose that reload and stability, so like tactical way more than appended in my personal opinion. Third column, got a few different options right here. First off, I like this eddy current for that arc synergy just with the weapon in general. Temporarily increases reload and handling after sprinting. Well amplified, the effect is improved while you are amplified. Of course, it is super nice to have this for the Crucible, definitely, but it is nice having it inside of the PvE realm too. Second option, can't even get all of the community research on there, but it doesn't really matter, so we're going to cover just the trait. But we have a deconstruction, dealing sustained damage, grants damage bonus against vehicles, constructs, and refills the ammos from reserves. Damaging with primary ammo against conducts, provides additional progress. Conducts are those barriers, turrets, stasis crystals, other objects, so we compare that well with this season because stasis is definitely all over the field. Last option for PvE is stats for all right here. We got hitting 3 separate targets is increasing the stability, range, reload, and range for this weapon. I don't know why I can't talk for this weapon, but stats for all, very good, especially since we have one for all in the fourth column. We're going to have a good little synergy there. Definitely up there for probably my second choice of overall combination of perks. Now, first option in the fourth column is jolting feedback. So when we do damage with this, we're going to inflict jolt after a good little while of doing the damage. You can see pulse rifle after about 15 hits. So very nice. When we're amplified, it's only going to be 11 as well. So good little synergy for ad clear with this weapon. Definitely what I would be using it for over DPS or getting out champions, stuff like that. Having something like stats for all with jolting feedback, very good option. Probably my number one choice. Second choice though would be this one for all right here, hitting 3 separate targets, just like stats for all, but we're going to get damage this time instead of all of the other perks, handling, stability, reload, or range, etc. So nice little combination right there. Definitely a very good combination for this weapon. Probably my second choice, like I said, with jolting feedback being number one. Now, last option for me, if you're going more for a little bit more damage of this, I would say Focus Fury, dealing half the magazine as precision damage, grants this weapon bonus damage. The shot count is reset whenever the weapon is reloaded or stowed, so nice little 20% damage increase if you're doing stunning champions, stuff like that, bosses that are standing still, etc. Not a bad option, but that jolting feedback is definitely way better in my opinion. And then having either that's one for all as your backup is a good option, or Focus Fury, but I do think overall I would give this thing probably like a 4.0 out of 5. Nothing too crazy about this weapon for either section, but I do like that new perk of jolting feedback. So Vantage point, very solid, but PvP here in a second, definitely gonna throw this up in that high A tier class. Now, for me, same thing. We're going to build this out definitely for range and stability. Got small bore as our barrel, masterwork as range again, so we can counteract that little bit of stability issue, competing with some of those precision frames, or the ones that really, the heavy burst that really hit hard inside of the Crucible. Forward magazine, definitely going with range on this bad boy, giving us that accurized rounds is our number one choice. Giving us 70 in the range makes it compete, like I said, with some of those harder hitting, farther ranged out ARs. God, I don't know why I keep doing that. Pulse rifles inside of the game, especially Crucible. Closing time, new trait from this episode, we have improved range accuracy handling as the magazine gets lower. Definitely one of the better options for this for the PvP realm, but we got like 3 more after this that are also very good, but this one right here really juices out that range for us, so definitely not a bad option. Would throw it probably as my number 2. Keep away would definitely be my number 1. Gives us increased reload, range accuracy when no targets are in close proximity, so it gives us that plus 10 to range just no matter what, as long as we are 15 meters away from the enemy. Very, very good. Plus 30 in reload is also super nice. Would give this definitely my #1 spot. 2 Pain, another good option in the third column right here. While the weapon is equipped, taking damage increases handling and aim assist until the weapon is stowed. Taking damage is increasing the effect, so it gets stacks on you. Definitely a very good option to have in the PvP realm, because you're basically always taking damage unless you're hiding in the back of the map, which is not how I personally play, so would throw this as my #3 option. Lone Wolf, another new perk from this episode here, would give it as tie in the third position with 2 Pain, our last perk that I covered, but slightly improved aim assist, ADS, as well as airborne effectiveness. Increases the effects. There are no allies nearby, so if you're going for flanking, stuff like that, maybe in 3s, going through trials, stuff like that, this would help in some of those aspects, but like having some of the options definitely more, with keep away as my #1 for the third column. Now, the #1 option that I would pair in the fourth column with that keep away in the third is Headseeker right here. We get body shots landed, increased precision damage, and aim assist for a short time, so very good little just in a pulse rifle action. This gets procced very, very, very easy in my personal opinion, and feels the most crispy, gets the most damage output going on, especially with keep away. You got everything procced. You're getting like 90 range on this bad boy. Super good little damage increase, so that's what I would definitely throw in as my #1. Not a bad option. Probably my #2 is Desperado. Reloading after precision final blows increases your rate of fire, so this thing definitely makes that TTK drop if you're hitting your headshots with it. Just got to control that bounce with the 56 in stability, 69 in that recoil direction. All you got to look out for, but Desperado definitely eats as well, but Headseeker easier to get to proc and way more consistent for sure. I think your last option, especially if you're playing something like a Titan, you're getting those melee defeats, etc., but either getting defeats in that 6s, you can get Swashbuckler, get some nice stacking in the damage up to 33%, so not too shabby at all. You can definitely melt some people, but like with the combo, like I said, Headseeker mixed with keep away, this thing absolutely adapts up those Guardians. Like it a lot. Desperado, definitely a close second, but overall definitely going to give this thing probably a 4.8 out of 5 for the Crucible realm. Absolutely eats with that combination of the Headseeker with keep away accurized rounds. It's just disgusting. So again, appreciate all you guys for coming back to the channel. Means a lot to me, means a lot to the channel. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe, hit that bell so you guys don't miss out on any of the videos we put out here, god rolls, builds, etc. So again, helps me out, helps everybody out, spreading the community love, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully we get that Destiny Rising Alpha this coming up weekend here, which would be a blast to play on the mobile, so we'll see how that goes either way. But again, appreciate all you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.